morning, mi gente. Welcome to the BoricuaBC2 show. I am your host, Bill Cancel. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sorry for missing yesterday, but there was just too much going on yesterday morning, which we'll talk a little bit about. So I couldn't get on the air yesterday morning, but I'm back. I'm back. I missed you all. It was a good day. Today is the winning show, which is my favorite show of the week, where we highlight 10 of the top 10 Democratic wins for the week. And they're there. They're 10 new things that happened to Democrats this week, which are going to show that we are continuing to keep up the fight and that things are working out, which is really cool. Before I go into that, I just want to share a little story as to what happened to me yesterday afternoon, and how fast I flipped emotions. It was kind of weird. I went to my girlfriend's sister's house for a Puerto Rican barbecue. We just call it that. It's just a barbecue. They live in a densely Latino populated community in Long Island. And when I mean densely populated Latino community, I mean every known Latino ethnic background lives there. You have Puerto Ricans, you have Dominicans, you have Cubans, you have Venezuelans, you have Guatemalans, Salvadorians, Ecuadorians, and so on, all there. And I remember driving through the neighborhood feeling filled with rage, uh, that these people have to live in fear every day, that their lives could be at risk, that their homes could be at risk, and I was just absolutely enraged by that. But then quickly, I started to see things. I started to see people at parks having picnics. I started to see people in their own yards, backyards, having barbecues. I started seeing parks in the area where people set up little shops to sell stuff and so on. Um, and then I felt such an incredible sense of pride, because they were clearly visible. They were clearly out in the open. And what that said to me is they're not afraid. They're not afraid. They're going on with their lives and making the best out of them. And that was a total I wish the Trump administration could see, I wish Stephen Miller could see what I saw yesterday. And it would be a total slap in the face to this administration. Now, this is just a small pocket of people in Long Island. Could you imagine across the United States how many Latinos are basically giving the finger to the administration, saying, just try to come and get us, you know? And that flipped me to much more positive thought, that these people are not living in fear. They're not hiding in their houses. They're not, tinting their windows and so on and so forth. So bravo to these people, and I want to personally shout them out and thank them for making me feel that there is still faith left in this country. So bravo to them. And that's my story. Let's jump into the top 10 Democratic wins for the week. Obviously, the first one we all know about by AP News being reported. Texas Democratic legislator leads bold walkout. We know the walkout has happened. The Democrats have left. Um, the walkout has earned high-profile endorsements from Governor Gavin Newsom and Nancy Pelosi, and garnering national attention. This needs to stay top of mind, top of focus. Texas is panicking over this. And the reason why they're panicking over this is because it just continues to make them look bad. It makes Abbott look like a piece of shit, which surprisingly he already is. But they know they screwed up with the gerrymandering, and now they're screwing up even more trying to get out of the gerrymandering. So watch this. This is going to be interesting. As a result of that, as reported by the Washington Post this morning, stateside, quote, fire with fire, quote, end quote, strategy emerges. In response to Republican gerrymandering, Democrats are taking a more combative stance, leveraging tactics like walkouts and aggressive advocacy to safeguard fair maps. We need more of this, right? We need more of this fight fire with fire. Stop just saying it is no longer acceptable for the Democrats to say, oh, they're just bad people. We're not going to fight like that. Bullshit. Bullshit. Whatever they do, you need to do right back at them. Period. End of discussion. Over in Oregon, this is reported by OPB. Oregon Senator Ron Wyden eyes another term. Despite growing measures on veteran Democrats to step aside, Senator Ron Wyden affirmed his intent to run again, signaling continuity and seasoned leadership for the party. Okay. Also now on ABC News, another win. Adelita Grijalva clinched the Democratic primary for Arizona's 7th congressional district, stepping into the seat formerly held by her father. This marks a key retention in historically Democratic districts, which is really good. And then here comes my favorite word again. This is by Wikipedia. Pennsylvania Senate seat flips to Democratic control in a notable special election that, love that word, special election. Democrats flipped the Pennsylvania State Senate 36th district, an important gain amid broader redistricting battles. Next up by Wikipedia, Iowa State Senate seat turns blue. Democrats pick up a seat in Iowa's 35th Senate district during a special election, another strategic win contributing to electoral momentum. Again, take a pause there. I've been doing this show for a long time now on the winning show, highlighting Democratic wins. Every single week that I've been on this show, and this show has been out, we mentioned special election, we mentioned flipping. That's a big win, folks, and we continue to flip. Next up by Wikipedia, Delaware legislative holdout strengthened position. Several Democratic candidates held on to or won state legislative seats in Delaware, including a close race for House District 20, preserving momentum in the region. In my home state now, also by Wikipedia, New York State Senate seat retained. Democrats flipped or hold key seats in special state legislative elections, including New York State Senate District 22, maintaining party president in an important battleground state. Again, by Wikipedia, Massachusetts Democrats maintain majority. Democratic candidates secure special elections win in Massachusetts. Legislative districts Essex 6 and Bristol 3, reinforcing state level control. Big. And the last one actually reported by the Democrats, South Carolina and Mississippi local wins 24 and 2025 counting. In June, Democratic success surged in local races across South Carolina and Mississippi. This includes standout overperformance by candidate Keishan Scott in a deep red area, anchoring a record of 24 wins in the 2025 cycle. Just to summarize, these 10 events underscore a dynamic week of Democratic victories and strategic positioning, from election gains all the ballot box to bold state house resistance tactics. In short, I know we get very frustrated because we're all looking up here at DC. Keep an eye on what's happening downstate. The Democrats are seriously kicking some serious ass in the downstate. And we need to, again, as I say every week, we need to get that push from the bottom of the downstates up to the top where DC is, and the Dems on the DC side need to start pushing down. I don't know why that's not really happening yet, but that's what's happening. The Dems in DC really need to look at what's happening downstate, because whatever they're doing downstate is working, because they keep taking special elections, they keep flipping seats, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not making this up. The writing's on the wall. So that's it for the winning show. I hope you really enjoyed that. I have a show today later on with guess who's back? The Can Amigos. My Canadian friends will be on this afternoon. I'm not sure if we're going to have a lot to talk about. It's a pretty quiet time, so we'll see how that goes. Just kidding. That's going to be, they've all been skeeting me all day. They're just chomping on the bit for me to hit the record button because they're just going to go explosive on this show. I'm telling you, it's going to be an incredible show. I think I'm just going to sit back and let them just talk about the whole show. So have a great day, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in Long Island. Hopefully it's a beautiful day by you. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you later on this afternoon, and then we'll see you tomorrow for the morning show. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.